Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, Aeroflot A320 pays €460,000 to leave Munich Airport. Seattle Museum of Flight prepares for 2024 D.B. Cooper Conference. Spirit Airlines flight takes gunfire while landing. Welcome to Airborne-Unlimited. I'm your host, Unleaded. Let's get into today's stories. Aeroflot A320 pays €460,000 to leave Munich Airport. In an apparent case of poor timing or poor planning, an Aeroflot Airbus A320 was finally able to depart the Munich International Airport in June 2024, 834 days after it landed shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine, but only after a parking fee of €460,000, or about $493,000 USD, had been paid. Shortly after the invasion on February 24, 2022, German and all European airspace was closed to Russian aircraft, but the Aeroflot flight arrived in Munich on February 27 from St. Petersburg. Parking fees for the Airbus ranged between €340 and €560 per day. For what may be the most expensive parking fee in history, the aircraft was actually owned by a Chinese company, CMB Financial Leasing, and was leased to the airline. Since the aircraft was only 8 years old, the company wanted to reclaim it and lease it to another airline. Unfortunately, being the owner, CMB had to fork over the nearly $500,000 parking fee before German authorities would permit the aircraft to leave. In addition, extensive maintenance had to be performed as it had sat on the ramp the entire time, and the German Luftfahrtbundesamt, or their civil aviation office, had to confirm it was airworthy. After the break, FAA rejects proposal to ease international jumper regs.
The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged four-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. FAA rejects proposal to ease international jumper regs. The FAA inexplicably rejected a request from the Parachute Industry Association aimed at changing the rules for foreign skydivers visiting the U.S. with their own gear. This would have simplified the unnecessarily strict regulations for repacking chutes. The petition targeted 14 CFR 105.49, which allows foreign parachutists to jump under their home country's regs. However, this is limited in the FAA's description of a foreign parachutist. Quote, a parachutist who is neither a U.S. citizen or a resident alien and is participating in parachute operations within the United States using parachute equipment not manufactured in the United States, end quote. Airports happy about growing unleaded AvGas availability. San Mateo County announced that distribution of unleaded AvGas at its airports is growing with the recent deliveries of Swift Fuel's 100R and UL94 to San Carlos Airport and Half Moon Bay Airport. The San Carlos Flight Center and Rabbit Aviation Services received their first delivery of Swift's 100R high-octane AvGas at San Carlos Airport. The Flight Training Center has certified its fleet of Cessna 172s to run on 100R at SQL and HAF. Certification in additional makes and models is expected after this initial period. Blackhawk demonstrates autonomous firefighting. Sikorsky and Rain recently demonstrated the firefighting capabilities of an autonomous UH-60 Blackhawk. During the test, the rotorcraft was commanded to take off, locate and determine the size of a fire, then drop water on the site to extinguish the flames. The demonstration was hosted on October 29th at the Sikorsky headquarters in Stratford, Connecticut. It was part of a 2-day autonomous wildlands firefighting event visited by NASA, FEMA, DARPA, the Los Angeles County Fire Department, the Orange County Fire Authority, and other members of the community. American Veterans Center honors 99's Wally Funk. The 99s announced that its esteemed member, pioneering aviator, and Mercury 13 member Wally Funk was honored November 9th at the American Veterans Center American Valor event in Washington, D.C. The venerable event honors individuals who exhibit courage, dedication, and contribution to the nation's rich history in aviation and other endeavors. Wally Funk is just such a person, as a lifelong trailblazer in aviation and aerospace, and as a passionate advocate for women in flight, and along the way has made significant contributions throughout her extraordinary career. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Seattle Museum of Flight prepares for 2024 D.B. Cooper Conference. Seattle's Museum of Flight is gearing up to host the 2024 D.B. Cooper Conference, led by D.B. Cooper Events, from November 15th to 17th. This event will host a variety of experts and discussions to provide new information on the industry's only unsolved hijacking case. The D.B. Cooper hijacking case is one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in the nation. On November 24, 1971, a man using the alias Dan Cooper, later misreported as D.B. Cooper, boarded a Northwest Orient Airlines Boeing 727 en route from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. Cooper proceeded to hand a note to a flight attendant, revealing he had a bomb and demanding $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. When the plane landed in Seattle, authorities were forced to meet his demands and Cooper released the passengers. He then directed the flight crew to fly toward Mexico City, keeping the plane low and the rear stairwell open. At around 10,000 feet over a remote area, Cooper parachuted out of the aircraft with the ransom money and was never seen again. Despite an extensive investigation, Cooper's true identity and fate remain unknown. The FBI closed the case in 2016, but it continues to capture public interest and inspire new theories. After these messages, Spirit Airlines flight takes gunfire while landing.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MW Fly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com.
Welcome back. Spirit Airlines flight takes gunfire while landing. On November 11th, a Spirit Airlines Airbus A320neo traveling from Florida to Haiti was forced to divert after being hit by gunfire during its approach to landing. A flight attendant was injured by debris, and Spirit, along with other carriers, have temporarily suspended flights into Haiti. 2 other flights were inbound to Port-au-Prince's Toussaint-Louverture International Airport at the time of the incident and were diverted as a precaution. Spirit Airlines Flight 951 departed from Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport at around 9 a.m. with 48 passengers. Around an hour and 40 minutes later, it had almost completed its descent when it allegedly began to take gunfire from a local gang. The crew climbed and circled back to land at Cibao International Airport in the Dominican Republic. Spirit assured that the flight was able to make a safe landing. 1 flight attendant received minor injuries, but no passenger injuries were reported. The damaged aircraft is now grounded for inspection and repair. Shortly after the incident, Port-au-Prince's U.S. Embassy published a security alert confirming the large presence of violent gang activity in the area. The statement reads, quote, "The security situation in Haiti is unpredictable and dangerous. Travel within Haiti is conducted at your own risk," end quote. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.